What's up everyone, it's Unsung NPC back here with another class video. Today we are taking a look at the Paladin. Alright, the Paladin is a very powerful class that does a lot of different things, and I'm going to be honest, whenever I play Paladins I often forget half the stuff they do even exists. So hopefully this video will be a little refresher for you. Yeah, they are mainly offense, some good defense, some good range depending, some support, some magic, some control. Okay, you have to be lawful good. You have to worship one of these 7 gods. Okay, there's no choice. You have to worship one of these. Okay? So, Paladin. We've got high fortitude, high will saves, low reflex saves, so 2 highs is pretty good. 10 HP, which is the highest any class can start with, which is pretty solid. Uses charisma for spell casting up to level 4 spells, which you can see the level 1 spells, but it doesn't let you look at what the level 2, 3, and 4 ones are. And they memorize spells, so you put spells into slots in your spell book and you memorize them. They are not spontaneous casters, okay? And they have full BAB. So you're getting a BAB increase every single level. They focus on all of the knowledge and lore skills, as well as persuasion. Okay? They are academics. They are studious people. The base Paladin, what does it do? They are proficient with all weapons, all armor, and shields, except for tower shields and exotic weapons. Okay? Like again, you have to be lawful good, alignment restriction. Their key ability, the most important ability a Paladin is going to have, Smite Evil. Okay, Smite Evil is something that you get to use on a creature that is evil. So as a swift action, you choose a target to smite within sight, and if the target's evil, you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls, you add your Paladin level to damage rolls, and you smite evil. Any attacks against that while they're being smited, smote, whatever, bypasses any DR. Okay, so that is like a powerful trifecta of things. Also, while smite evil's in effect, you add your charisma bonus to your AC against attacks made by the creature that you used smite on. If the creature's not evil, the smite is wasted. Don't waste your time on the chaotic neutral characters, enemies, which they are. There are chaotic neutral enemies, so don't waste your time smiting those. You get a smite, and then you'll end up getting 6 of them. Okay. At 4th level and every 3 levels thereafter, the Paladin may smite evil 1 additional time per day. So you'll get 7 total, I guess. And then on top of that, there's a mythic ability you can take called Abundant Smite, where you can use Smite Evil a number of additional times per day equal to half your mythic rank. So that's 5 more. So I think it's a total of 12 times. It's a lot of Smite. You don't even need that many in a day, probably. But that's a lot of Smite. Okay. Next, you get Lay on Hands. Okay, Lay on Hands. You can either heal the wounds of someone else or heal the wounds of yourself. Okay, you can use this ability the number of times per day equal to half your level plus your charisma modifier. Okay, with one of these uses, a Paladin can heal 1d6 hit points of damage for every 2 levels, so eventually 10d6 points of damage. Okay, using it's a standard action, but if you're healing yourself, it's a swift action. It's very important. Okay, you can also use this to deal damage to undead creatures, which I wouldn't do. I would just use them for yourself. I wouldn't even try to lay on hands other people unless you absolutely needed to, or unless it's gonna do a mercy on them, which we are about to get to, and get rid of some negative effect. Otherwise, save all the smites for yourself in combat. It's a really useful swift action ability when there's not a whole lot of other swift action things that like a martial class is even doing. So, Mercies. Mercies are things that get healed when you use your Lay on Hands ability. Okay, so these are things that you can cure. They have different levels at which you can use them. So not all of them are available at the beginning. I think that the first ones available, I want to say, are... I know Shaken, Staggered, maybe Fatigued, Dazed. I'm not 100% sure which ones are available when. It doesn't say. But in total, Blinded, Confused, Cursed, Dazed, Diseased, Exhausted, Fatigued, Frightened, Nauseated, Paralyzed, Poisoned, Shaken, Sickened, Staggered, Stunned. The most important ones here are going to be Fatigued and then Exhausted. You have to take Fatigued before Exhausted. You're going to want both of those. Sorry, Fatigued, Exhausted, not Frightened. Fatigued and Exhausted. You're going to want both of those. It's nice to travel, get everyone exhausted, and just lay on hands everybody to just make sure no one else is exhausted and just get that energy back and not have to waste time resting. I like that one a lot. Other than that, Paralyzed is fine, but there's ways to get rid of that. I do think Disease is nice. There's a lot of demon diseases that can be gotten rid of from this. Cursed is easy, but there's a lot of spells to cure cursing. Blinded is kind of nice. Anything else is going to be something that's like a temporary effect in combat. You're not going to want to use these in combat. These are for after combat, outside of combat things. If you are wasting your time moving your Paladin, who is presumably your tank, around to cure these, you're wasting time. If your Paladin's not your tank, maybe it's worth the investment in the other ones. That's up to you to decide. But as a tanky Paladin, I wouldn't waste time. And they can even pair nice with Stalwart Defender, because when you use your Stalwart Defender Prestige class ability, you get fatigued or exhausted, and then you can just cure it with Lay on Hands and you're fine, ready to go. So that would be a nice combo there. You also get Divine Grace, charisma bonus to all your saving throws. This is part of what makes Paladins so freaking powerful, is that they get charisma on all of their saving throws. This is why some people even just take 2 levels of Paladin and then call it good. I think dipping's stupid. I don't like dipping. I mean, it's smart if you're a power gamer, but if you're not a power gamer, it's lame. I don't like it. Divine Health. At 3rd level, you're immune to all diseases and all, supernatural, magical diseases and mummy rot. Okay. 5th level, you get to pick a bond. You can either pick a Divine Weapon bond, which gets you some abilities. You'd be able to get a +1 enhancement bonus for every 3 levels. This +1 enhancement increases to eventually +6. You can also get rid of one of those enhancement bonuses out of the 6 to take Axiomatic, Brilliant Energy, Disruption, Flame, Flaming Burst, Holy, Keen, which is nice, and Speed, which is also nice. So, yeah. It's 1 minute per Paladin level, and they don't have to be used consecutively, but you have to use a whole minute at a time. Okay? Or you can take an animal companion and call it good. The other bond option is a animal companion. If a character... so I think it's just effective level is, like a druid. I don't know if it's like a druid or if it's a druid -4. If it is, you'll want to take boon companion. If it's the same, if paladin level equals druid level, then you'll be fine. But if it's druid level -4, you'll want to take a boon companion to make your companion up to where you are. Okay. And now for the auras. That's all that's really left here is the auras and the Mark of Justice and whatnot. So, Aura of Courage. Each ally within 10 feet gets a +4 saving throws against fear. Flat out, it's passive, it's on all the time. That's a pretty nice bonus, especially early on. Like, you get this at 3rd level when fear could still be kind of a problem, so that one's really nice. Next, you get channel positive energy to either damage undead or heal the living. It's not going to be as strong as a cleric's channel energy. It's not going to be as many. You're not going to want to waste feats taking extra channel. Taking selective channel is good, but even then not needed, because as a paladin, you're probably going to more likely use channel energy outside of combat rather than during combat, because your role's probably not a healer unless you're a hospitaler. But if you're not a hospitaler, you're any of these other ones, you're probably just focusing on damaging or tanking. Aura of Resolve makes a paladin immune to charm spells, and each ally gains a +4 against charm spells. Each aura you get is going to make the paladin immune to that thing, and then allies get a +4 bonus against. So keep that in mind. They will become immune to fear, charm, compulsion, all of it. Mark of Justice. A paladin can expend 2 uses of your Smite Evil ability to grant the ability to smite evil for all allies for 1 minute using your bonuses. I love this one. This one's super great because you're giving up 2 smites, which if you take Abundant Smite as your mythic ability, which you should, you'll have a lot of smites available. You give up 2 of them, and now everyone gets the bonuses from your smite, which is really, really nice. Really nice. Like, everyone getting that just shreds demons down. It just shreds those enemies, those big bosses to pieces. I love it. You'll love it. Fantastic ability. We got Aura of Faith. Paladin's weapons are treated as good aligned for overcoming damage reduction, which is kind of nice. Any attack made against an enemy within 10 feet of her is also treated as good aligned for overcoming damage reduction. So that's awesome. Basically just helps everyone bypass DR without having to make sure you have weapons that do so, as long as they're all frontline people or as long as they're all backline people, whichever your paladin is. But your backline peeps probably won't benefit from a frontline paladin's auras and vice versa. You're just not going to be that close together. Aura of Righteousness. You gain DR5 Evil immunity to compulsion spells, which is great. And each ally within 10 feet gains a +4 bonus on saving throws against compulsion effects. This is great. It's not +4 against charm spells. It's +4 against compulsion spells. I have seen paladins be charmed. Be careful. Okay? And then 20th level, Holy Champion. Your DR increases to 10 whenever you channel positive energy or use lay on hands to heal a creature. You heal the maximum possible amount. So you're always healing as if it's affected by maximized meta magic, which is really cool. It's just max healing, which is really nice. At 20th level, but still nice. There's a good chunk of game at 20th level, so that's pretty fine. And that's the base Paladin. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, not a lot of choice. You've got 6 Mercies to choose from. Besides that, everything is kind of handed to you straightforward. You just have to choose if you want Weapon Bond or Animal Bond. I personally love Animal Companions, but there's a lot to be said for the weapons as well. So, next is the Divine Guardian. The Divine Guardian is a tankier Paladin archetype. You give up spell casting completely, so keep that in mind. No spells here. You give up spell casting completely as a Divine Guardian, so keep that in mind. Okay. You give up Lay on Hands and Aura of Courage, and instead you get different abilities called Guardian Hands or Guarding Hands and Courageous Defense. So, Guarding Hands looks like the same. Once per day, the Divine Guardian pledges her protection to a willing creature of the day. Once per day. Okay, so as a swift action, you target a creature. and you are pledging to protect that creature. Then you have Courageous Defense. Divine Guardian can intercept attacks directed at the target of your Divine Touch. Divine Troth. Is that what it's called? Divine Troth? Sorry, Divine Troth. As if you had the Bodyguard and In Harm's Way feats. The Divine Guardian's Aura of Courage does not grant a bonus to allies within 10 feet, but still grants her immunity to fear effects. So you're still immune to fear, but you're not getting that bonus to all your allies. But you still act as if you have these two, which is Divine Bodyguard. When your Divine Troth is attacked, you may use Attack of Opportunity to provide your ally with a +4 to your AC, which is really nice. And then In Harm's Way, successful attack against the target of your Divine Troth ability once per round, taking full damage from the attack and any associated effects. So you can give them a +4 to AC, and if the attack succeeds, you can then intercept the attack and take the damage in full, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then Divine Grace, Divine Health, that's all the same. Divine Guardian bonus feats. So you'll get 3 of these bonus feats for free, and you can take these different kind of tankier feats: Die Hard, Dodge, Endurance, Missile Shield, Shield Focus, Toughness, Tower Shield Proficiency. All great tank feats, good times to be had. Okay. Yeah. It's just a tankier Paladin. This is like a tank bodyguard, one person at a time Paladin. I feel like this is a good one to do. I feel like it's good to defend either a squishy caster or defending your rogue, or whoever's doing like the flank attacking would be a pretty smart way to handle this. That is what I would do for that, ability there. Just so that you can protect those that are more vulnerable to attack. No sense in protecting someone that you know is never going to be attacked or is going to be able to handle any attacks thrown at them. So that's Divine Guardian. Alright, the Divine Hunter. Okay, the Divine Hunter is a ranged Paladin. That is what the Divine Hunter is, okay? They don't gain proficiency with heavy armor. Okay, no heavy armor. And they get Precise Shot as a bonus feat at first level, which is actually huge. Like, that's the most important ranged feat you need. It's nice that you just get it for free. Then you have Shared Precision. Whenever a Divine Hunter hits a creature with a ranged attack, you grant all your allies within 10 feet of you the benefit of the Precise Shot feat against that target for 1 round. Basically, if you take this Paladin and you're having like a party with backline archers and you keep them close together, you could get away with only having this person have Precise Shot, and then no other character would really even need it to benefit from it. The downside being that you still need Precise Shot to be able to take feats that require it. So it's kind of meh, because you're pretty much going to take Precise Shot early on no matter what ranged character you are. So it's not going to be that much of a benefit. Everyone's pretty much going to have Precise Shot. Everyone should have Precise Shot by level. If you don't, you're building your ranged character not to its utmost potential. Okay? You get Distant Mercy. So you can expend 2 uses of your Lay on Hands to use your Lay on Hands on a target within 5 feet per Paladin level. So eventually 100 feet. So it just gets further and further away. Only takes 2 uses to do that. That's cool if you want to do it in combat. This could actually make those in combat mercies useful. So if you want to focus on more of that kind of supporting Paladin, that could actually be a real cool combo. Hunter's Blessing. Use your Smite Evil as a swift action to grant yourself and all allies Deadly Aim, Precise Shot, and Improved Precise Shot even if they lack the prereqs. The effect lasts for 1 minute. Evil creatures gain no benefit from this ability. I mean, that's really cool. Again, if you're building ranged characters, you're probably going to already have these feats. Like, there's no point in giving it to all of your ranged characters if they're already going to have the feats. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with that one, but... And then also, Divine Bond, you have to do the weapon bond. And you're going to be... Because it's bonding you to your ranged weapon. So no animal companion option. Okay. You also get Aura of Clear Sight instead of Aura of Resolve. So a paladin is immune to blindness, and then each ally within 10 feet gains a +4 against blindness instead of charm effects. I like defense against charm better than blindness, personally. I feel like immunity to blindness is okay. I get it. You're a ranged character. You need to be able to see. But I like Aura of Resolve better. So, eh. And then instead of Aura of Faith, you get Aura Righteous Hunter. Divine ranged weapons. Okay, it's the same thing, but it's ranged weapons only, and it's ally ranged weapons only. So again, only for your archers in the back. This is kind of good if you're building an archer party backline, but not great even then, because all of these shared feat things are useless if they're already going to have those feats, and charm is better than blindness. So this might be an archetype that I throw away. I don't see much use in it. You could easily build a ranged paladin without any of this. So yeah, that's my take. Divine Scion. This is kind of your Slayer paladin here. Okay, so instead of Smite Evil, as in no Smite Evil at all, already disliking this archetype. Smite Evil is the strongest thing that a paladin gets, and getting rid of it is a huge mistake. You get Studied Target, which is the Slayer thing, which is fine, I guess. +1 bonus on weapon damage and attack rolls against it. Save DC of a character class abilities against that opponent increased by 1, and then eventually that becomes +5 for all of that mess. At 7th level, you can study an opponent as a move or swift action. Sure. I guess I don't like it at all. And only like 4 levels of sneak attack. Like, you're going to want to take improved sneak attacker or additional sneak attack or whatever it is, and like, that's still only going to get you to 66, which isn't very much sneak attack, to be honest. You can't even do Smite. And then you gain insight bonus equal to your charisma modifier on all lore and knowledge checks. Okay, and you get perception as a class skill, which is cool, I guess. Again, I don't like this one. Smite is undeniably better than Study Target. I get it that Study Target could be used on anyone, but like 90% of the enemies you fight are going to be evil. They're all evil. You're fighting demons. In this campaign, there's no point in not having Smite as a paladin. So, along with Divine Hunter, I'm probably going to throw Divine Scion in the garbage where it belongs. I don't like it. Get it out of here. No. No, 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 no. Nope. Not doing it. Even for a damage paladin? Nah. Nope. I don't like it. Hospitaler. This is your healer paladin. Alright? Your healer paladin. You get channel positive energy. That is different than... Okay. So instead of your channel positive energy requiring your lay on hands uses, which it normally does, you instead get it like a normal cleric would. So you can take extra channel and you can take selective channel. Oh, okay. So can paladins not take extra channel at all? Maybe so. Maybe only the Hospitaler can. I'm not sure. I didn't see this under the paladin's channel energy. but this lets it do it like a cleric, so you actually have legit channel energy, which is awesome. And then you lose a couple of smite, 3 smites, and Mark of Justice, but you get Aura of Life. You're immune to death effects, which is actually pretty great. Everyone gets a +4 bonus on saving throws against death effects. I like that. And you're not really going to want Mark of Justice anyway when you're not an attacking paladin. So as a healing support only paladin, this is a fine archetype. I will take this. Full channel, okay? And you got the lay on hands with the Mercies. I think that more than makes up for the lack of spell usage, in my opinion. So I like this. You're just a hardier cleric with limited spell casting, which is fine. So this one's fine. Not the best support archetype in the whole game, but fine. It's fine. Okay. Next we've got the Martyr. The Martyr definitely changes things up. It's kind of like a bard cleric. Not a bard cleric, a bard paladin. It's like a bard paladin, okay? So you get different performances. You get Inspired Courage up to 4. You get Bardic Performance as a move action. You get Inspired Greatness, Bardic Performance as a swift action, Inspire Heroics like a bard. And then your auras are a little bit different. That's diseases. Oh no. Disease instead of fear. This one is still charm. Okay. This one is still the same stuff, compulsion. Okay. So that's the only one that's really changed, unless these are all typoed. Which is, it's 20 feet instead of 10, and it's against diseases instead of fear, which I'll take. I think diseases are more prevalent anyway. You've got Stigmata. As a standard action, you can chant hymns of faith, then cause bleeding stigmata to visibly appear on your body. So at 7th level, you can manifest as stigmata as a move action. At 13th level, a swift action. You can use this ability a number of times. Oh, this is just like your performances. This is your bardic performances. Okay. While your stigmata are active, you take 1 point of bleed damage, which automatically ceases when you end your ability, but otherwise does not relent, even in the face of magical healing or heal checks. Stigmata assists allies duplicating Expire Courage bardic performance. Okay, yeah. So this is how you do your performance, but you bleed while you do it, which is kind of metal. And then see no evil, hear no evil. All allies and the Martyr within 20 feet gain +4 against sonic attacks and gaze attacks. Sonic attacks, I've actually been hit by a few of these in this game. Gaze attacks, not really. So, not the best. You've also got Martyr's Mercy, Aura Mastery, and Aura of Courage. The Aura of Courage, Aura of Resolve, Aura of Righteousness have a radius of 20 feet instead of 10 feet, but the Martyr does not gain immunity to any of these. Oh. Yeah, they didn't type this out very well. They didn't type this out very well at all. So, they are all 20 feet instead of 10 feet radius, which is actually great, but the Paladin itself is not immune to any of them, which kind of sucks. But everyone still gets the +4, which is nice. In a larger radius, which is also cool. So you can kind of be in the center of everyone. A Martyr can apply any of the mercies for which he qualifies based on his paladin level to his lay on hands, even if he didn't select that mercy. Okay. Okay, so if you do this, you can't use Aura of Health or See No Evil, Hear No Evil for 1 round, but you basically have access to any mercy you want, which is kind of cool. This is just like a more versatile support paladin where you're like super squishy, vulnerable, take all of the pain, take all of the hits, and then everyone else gets more bonuses than usual, which is kind of cool. Full support paladin. I like this better than Hospitaller for support. Well, Hospitaller is more of a healer though, but I like it. It's interesting. I think it's an interesting archetype. It might be fun to play around with. Maybe one of you guys can try it and let me know how it goes. Next is the Stone Lord. The Stone Lord is the Dwarven archetype for Paladin, which does a number of things differently for stone dwarf things. No smite. No smite. Instead, you get Stone Strike. So once per day per Paladin level, okay, as a swift action, you treat your melee attacks until the beginning of your next turn, whether you're armed or unarmed, as magical and adamantine with a +1 bonus on attack and damage, which increases to +5. Okay. Heartstone. A Stone Lord's flesh becomes progressively rockier, +1 natural armor bonus and DRN adamantine, where N is equal to the half your Paladin level. And then your armor bonus also eventually increases to +5. And then you've got defensive powers. You gain a defensive stance like Stalwart Defender. And you can take these like Stalwart Defender powers. Okay, that's cool. Fearless defense, increased damage reduction, internal fortitude, renewed, roused, smash. If you want to pause and look at any of those, you can. Otherwise, they'll come out in the Stalwart Defender video. But that's cool. Stoneblood. You gain 25% chance to ignore a critical hit or precision damage. Whoa, does not stack with fortification though. This chance increases to 50% at 9th level and 75% at 15th level, and you'll become immune to petrification and bleed. That's cool. Oh, I like that. Yeah, you get defensive stance like a Stalwart Defender does. Equal to your current Constitution modifier. So you're like, they mixed Paladin with Stalwart Defender. That's insane. You're a Stalwart Defender Paladin without Smite Evil. When using Stone Strike, gains the Construct Bane. Okay, Construct Bane's not great. There's not a lot of constructs in this game. Heartstone, +1 natural armor bonus to AC. Oh, that's the same thing. It's just over there for some reason. Okay. Stone Body, level 20, you no longer need to eat, drink, breathe, or sleep. You become immune to paralysis, poison, and stunning. You also become immune to critical hits and precision damage. Holy crap. Okay. This is the tank Paladin. Forget Divine Guardian. Be the freaking Stone Lord, my dudes. Like, yeah, you can't smite. Okay, I get it. You don't get charisma on your saving throws. But you become real tanky. Really tanky. And you still get your auras. Tanky with your auras and Stalwart Defender stuff. This is like real tank. I like this a lot. If you're going to be a Dwarf Paladin and you want a tank, you might as well just go Stone Lord. It's been approved. We like it. Warrior of Holy Light. This is pretty much exactly like a Paladin, except for one difference. Two differences. One, no spell casting. Two, instead of Aura of Faith, you get Shining Light. Okay, and instead of spell casting, you get Power of Faith. Power of Faith. So you gain one additional use of your Lay on Hands ability per day. You gain one additional use of your Lay on Hands for every 4 levels. Okay. You can spend a use of your Lay on Hands to call upon the Power of Faith as a standard action. This causes a nimbus of light to emanate in a 30-foot radius, which is nice. All allies in this area receive, including yourself, receive a bonus to AC, attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws against fear, as long as they remain in the light. Ooh. I like that. This lasts for a minute. And then you gain another one and another one. Oh, they do more things. Okay. At 8th level, the Nimbus of Light heals the Paladin and her allies, curing them of 1d4 points of ability damage as per the spell Lesser Restoration. That's cool. Grants everyone 30 resistance to fire, acid, cold, electricity, and sonic. Not or, and. All of the elements. Wow. Warrior. Okay, you get 25% chance to negate crits. Oh, and treat them as normal hits. I like that. I like that. And then 20th level increases to 50 feet. In addition to all of its bonuses increase. The morale bonus to AC, attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, and sphere increases to +2. Damage healed equals to 2d4. And protection against crits equals to 50%. Wow, that's cool. And then Shining Light. You can unleash a 30-foot burst of pure white light as a standard action. Evil creatures within this burst take 1d6 for every 2 paladin levels points of damage, are blinded for a round with nothing to negate it. Hang on. Evil dragons, outsiders, evil undead are blinded for 1d4 rounds, so all demons blinded on a failed save. Oh, it's a reflex save though. Ooh, it's a reflex save. We like that. Those are harder. Not as bad as Fortitude. Cool. Good creatures within this burst are healed 1d6 points of damage per 2 paladin levels, +2 on ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks for 1 round. And you'll eventually end up being able to use this 3 times per day. Wow. Honestly, this, Shining Light, and Power of Faith, I think are both better than the weak-ass forgettable spells that Paladin gets anyway. Like, Paladin spells, I always forget about them because they're not even that good. So being able to take these instead, I think is way cool. Warrior of Holy Light has just earned the Paladin Plus stamp. I think it's way better than Paladin. I think if you're going standard Paladin, you should take the Paladin Warrior of the Holy Light. It works really well with a good party as well, and if you're a lawful good character, you're probably going to run with a good party. I love this. I love this. Warrior of Holy Light is probably my favorite Paladin archetype. It's so simple, like a simple change, but the things that it adds is just crazy. So we got Paladin base, which is strong. Divine Guardian, which is tank for 1 person at a time. Divine Hunter, which we throw away, we don't like it. Divine Scion, which we also throw away. A Healer Paladin, which is like Cleric Paladin. The Martyr is the Bard Paladin, which is actually pretty interesting. Stone Lord is the tank, the A+ tank Paladin. And then Warrior of Holy Light is Paladin Plus. Fan-freaking-tastic. That's the Paladin. Ladies and gents and everyone else, all you people in the world, we did it. This is the Paladin class. It looks awesome. It's a great class. I hate being alignment restricted, but it's a good class. But yeah, that's the Paladin. I hope you guys have learned something. Maybe seen something you want to take on for yourself. See anything you like. Feel free to let me know in the comments any builds or anything you're doing. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out my stream sometime. We also have a Discord link which you can join and chat with the rest of us on this game and lots of other games. So do that. And yeah, hope you guys all have a good time. And I'm Unsung NPC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.